What's up, you guys? My name is Jan, and today I'm going to show you how to play Coming For You by the Offspring. So grab your guitar, electric ideally, but it'll work on an acoustic too, and let's get started. Now the song starts with just drums, and eventually you hear a bass line come in, something like this. Then you're going to hear vocals over that bass line, and then finally the guitar comes in first with a G power chord all the way up on the 10th fret. Then we're going to go down to a D, and then up to an E5, an E power chord, and they do a different rhythm on that E. They'll go. And at the end there, we went to the D and then back to an E. So let's talk about these chords and how to play these rhythms. Your first chord is a G power chord, so you're going to want to put your index on the A string on the 10th fret, and then you have some choices. You can make it a full power chord by putting your ring finger on the 4th string on the 12th fret and your pinky right underneath there, which is probably what most people are going to do. You can also just make it a 2-finger chord, just your index and your ring. And I play it in a bit of a funky way. I like to bar those two strings on the 12th fret with my pinky. So whatever works for you. Power chord is a pretty common shape. There are many places online where you can learn these. So it's going to be A string root on the 10th fret, and we're going to do a swung rhythm. It sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we're going to slide that shape down to the 5th fret, and we're going to repeat that strum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we go to E, and we're going to have to change our strum. So it's like 2 scratches and a strum, right? Scratch, scratch, strum. We're going to do that 3 times, and then we're going to go. So we're going to go down to the D on the 5th fret. So let's do that one more time, starting on that G, 2, 3, and. And let's give it one more shot. 1, 2, 3, and. Now the second part of the verse is a little bit different. At the end of it, they're going to build up to go into that chorus. So it starts the same way, your G, then your D, and then when we get to that E, we're going to do our strum 2 times. And after that we're going to go E, then down to our B on the 6th string, 7th fret, up a fret to a C, up 2 frets to a D, and that'll take us to the chorus. So let's do that second time around the verse one more time, starting on a G, 2, 3, and. And it'll go to an E for that chorus. So one more time, 2, 3, and. Now the chorus is 5 chords. We're going to have an E up on the 7th fret, A string root. Then we have a C on the 8th fret, 6th string root. Then we're going to go up to a G up on the 10th fret, again 5th string root or A string root, and down to a D5 on the 10th fret, 6th string root. And we're going to repeat those 4 chords 3 times, and then eventually land on a B, which is your 7th fret on the 6th string root. So let's play it. I think you'll understand it better like that. I'm going to play it very slowly, and here we go. 3, and. So that's E to C that ending, right? Similar to the verse. So that ending is going to be a D twice, and then quite quickly you go back to your E, both of those chords with an A string root. So let's try that together. Starting on an E very slowly, and your strum is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, in a swung or swing feel, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's give it a shot. 1, 2 from an E, 3, and to C, to G, to D. One more time. Last time. Down to a B. 1 and 2 and 3. Let's take that last bit maybe by itself from that B so that we learn to go to that D and that E in time. I'm going to count it out loud for you guys. It sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3. One more time. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now that ending only happens on the first chorus. After that they're just going to stay on the B on the second chorus in the song and whatnot. But let's do that chorus one last time, starting on E, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last time. To B. Ready? 1 and 2 and... Now once we've played the first chorus, the song takes us back to the re-intro, which sounds like this. So it's all based out of an E minor chord, and we're just playing the middle strings, the third and the fourth strings. And in order for me to be able to strum all the strings, I'm muting my first and my second string, and also my fifth and my sixth string. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my pinky on the 9th fret on the 1, 2 on the 3rd string, and then I'm putting my ring finger on that same 9th fret on the 4th string, on the D string, thus allowing me to mute the first 2 strings with part of my pinky, the 5th string with the tip of my ring finger, and the 6th string with my thumb. So that's muted, 2nd string is muted, 1st string is muted, and then I can do that funky rhythm which sounds like this. So that's up, down, down, up, up. Let's try that one more time. 2, 3, 4. Up, down, down, up, up. And again. Up, down, down, up. And then after that I'm going to do again that part from the verse. A D 2 times. Going up to an E again. So 5th fret to the 7th fret. Let's try that one more time from our double stop up on the 9th fret. 2, 3, 4. And up, down, down, up. And one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that last E, you can slide it down like I was just doing. It'll sound pretty cool. Now after the second chorus, we get to the post-chorus in the song, which sounds like this. And then from there it goes to the guitar solo. So let's break that down. The first chord that we have is a C with a root on the A string. It's a 3rd fret power chord. very simple. Then we move up to a D, which is on the 5th fret, and then the band breaks and you hear a sliding chord up to an E, and then that very last chord is an A. So let's break that part down. I start my D chord with an upstroke, then I slide up to an E chord while I move my hand down. We'll talk about that in a second again. And then I do another up down, and then I go to my A chord on the 6th string root, and I do a down up down on there. So one more time, I go up, slide as you move your right hand down, then another up down, and down to your A, down, up, down. Let's try just that sliding part together. Ready? 3, and... So I have my students actually practice sliding and moving their right hand until that becomes second nature. Upstroke and slide with an air downstroke. One more time. Okay, it's a very helpful technique also for funk and whatnot. Let's put all of that together. Your C, your D, and up to that sliding part. And 1, 2, 3, and... Ready? Now let's talk about the chords that are being played underneath the solo. We're going to have 4 chords. The first one is a C with the root on the A string. It's on the 3rd fret. These are all power chords, right? Then we're going to move it up 2 frets to a D, 5th fret, and another 2 frets to the 7th fret to an E. And then we're going to go up to the sky to the root on the 6th string to play a B. And that's going to be the first 4 chords. And then the second time we're going to do a C again, then a D again, and then the E is going to last for 2 bars. Then we repeat the C, the D, the E, and the B, and then the last thing will just be a C, and then a D, and then it goes back to a section that kind of sounds like the verse before the last chorus in the song. So let's try that together. It's a quarter note feel strum. So accent your quarter notes. So on the ups I'm just scratching. I'm going down, scratch, down, scratch, down, scratch, down. And then I move to the next chord. And so on. So let's try that together, starting on a C. And 1, 2, 3, and... Up to a D. Up to an E, and down to a B, back to a C, and to a D, and up to an E, and stay on this one. One more time, and down to C, ready, and up to a D, up to an E, down to a B, back to C, up to a D, then after the solo you're going to hear a bass playing that E again, and then eventually a G, and then a D, and then it repeats that. And the guitar will play the re-intro part on top of both the E's and that G and that D, sounding like. And then you do it again. And then to finish that post-solo, to call it something, we're going to go to a B power chord, 6th string root, and we're up on the 7th fret, and we're going to play 3 bars and we're going to stop on the 1 of the 4th bar. It sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So let's see if we can play the reintro part twice and then go to that B for that build up with a break. So starting on that part of that E minor, which is my pinky on the 9th fret, 1, 2, 3rd string, and my ring finger on the 4th string right on top of my pinky, muting the 1st and 2nd strings and the 5th and 6th strings. And ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, down, up, up, and again. Up, down, down, up, up, and to B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And let's try that one more time. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, down, down, up, up, and again. Up, down, down, up, up, to B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now the outro of the song is very similar to the post-chorus. We're going to play a C on the 3rd fret, A string root, up to a D, and then up to an E for 2 bars, then we're going to play that C again, and that D again, and then we're going to go back to that sliding part. And we're going to do that 7 times, and then the 8th time we're going to go. So let's try playing that together. I think you'll understand it better. So from a C, and by the way, I'm calling all these power chords just by their letter. I should be saying C5 and D5 to be perfectly correct. But they're all power chords, so let's just call them by their root. And let's give this a shot, starting on a C, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to a D, and up to an E. Stay on E, back down to C, ready, and to D. Here comes the sliding part, ready? Second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, last time. Ready? So that very last one, I play an upstroke, I slide down while I move my right hand to the E, and then I go upstroke, downstroke on the D, and then you can do another downstroke on the E to finish it. Sounds like this. So let's try the whole outro one more time, a little bit faster, and starting on a C, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and to D, up to E, stay on E, back down to C, to D, and your sliding part. Third time, fifth time, sixth time, last time. So there it is, how to play along to Coming For You by the Offspring, with mostly power chords and some right hand strumming, which is triplet strumming, by the way. The song has a swing feel underneath. And I hope you learned something. I hope you picked most of this stuff up. You might have to try playing along to the original song a whole bunch of times before you can hang. But it's well worth it. It's a great way to get better at moving around your power chords. So thanks a bunch for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.